Chapter 108. A Confession of Love. It was 7 in the evening when Riel and Hyeon-ki called off the night in her office, and Hyeon-ki was tirelessly assisting Riel in her new role. Meanwhile, Akio grabbed his phone and called. "Hello, who is this?" answered Junie. "Hey, Junie, it is Akio. Are you with Hyeon-ki at this time?" "I'm not with Sir Hyeon-ki, Sir Akio. I am now Mrs. Riel's driver. How could I be of help?" Sir Junie was curious. "Oh, I see. Is Riel in her office with Hyeon-ki then?" Akio asked. "No sir, Mrs. Riel is already here at home. Mr. Hyeon-ki has just left." That was what Akio was waiting for. He got a renewed hope to see Riel at this time. He called his driver to fetch him at the bar, and instructed to bring the spare driver to bring home his car that he drove. Akio arrived at Riel's house. The guard let him enter the residence, and simultaneously called the house staff to inform that Akio has arrived to see Riel. One of the maids rushed to Riel's room and knocked. "Ma'am, Sir Akio is here to see you." Riel was surprised, for she never expected to see Akio again. Riel said to her maid, "You could clock out now. I could manage Akio." She wore on her robe and moved quickly. She was almost at the ground floor when she saw Akio sitting by the stairs, his head stooped down with his arms resting on his thighs. Riel slowly descended the stairs to face him with a severe look and folded arms. "Why are you here, Akio? At this late?" Akio raised his head with a tired look, acting drunk, then smiled. "I want to see you." "Was it wrong, Riel? If you want to see me, you should went here. Stable and sober, not like this. Look at you. You reek of alcohol," retorted Riel. Akio pulled Riel beside him and uttered, "I missed you. Why did you leave without letting me know?" Akio placed his face close to Riel's face, to her shock, that she pushed him away. Akio pulled her close again, with a desire to kiss Riel. She was stunned that she tried to cut loose, but Akio tightened his grip on Riel and stared at her. His face was so close to Riel's. Fear was written all over her face, making him conscious of his impertinence. "I am sorry, Riel. I got carried away by my emotions. I don't want to be rude to you. I'm so sorry." Impertinence, and reeked of alcohol. "Humph. Please leave now, Akio. We can talk tomorrow when you're sober. Please lock the door behind you." Riel rushed up towards her bedroom, bothered by Akio's behavior. Unknowingly, Akio followed Riel upstairs and knocked. "I won't go home unless we settle our misunderstandings now, Riel." She quickly opened the door and remarked, "Please don't make much noise. You would wake up my son." Akio, with his hand by the door's edge. Riel couldn't push it, so Akio was able to enter Riel's room. Riel stepped back, but Akio pulled her close to him. Riel, with folded elbows with closed fists, tried to fend off Akio, but he was forceful and persistent. Akio was insistent on settling with Riel about their unfinished misunderstanding. She was fighting off his aggression. Akio whispered, "I just want to talk with you about our last conversation, Riel. I told you we would talk again, didn't I? But you left so suddenly. You haven't given me a chance to speak my mind," he pleaded. "I told you we would talk when you are sober and stable. Please, Akio, leave now. I am not drunk, Riel, and I just had one beer to help me muster my courage to tell you how I feel. I'm so sorry, but I can't let this day pass without us settling things over." Akio looked at Riel with his eyes pleading. "Was there more to talk about, Akio? You have already shown me what I should know." Riel got the chance to move away. Riel continued, "You have a special feeling for Nicole, and I get it, but what puzzled me was why you must drive me away. Did you think that I would mess up your relationship with Nicole? Don't you even know me anymore, Akio? Could I be a villain in your relationship with her? And what is there for me to gain, huh? I already have a child, and Hyungsik is my world now. I don't care if no man is around me, because it only ruined my life in the first place." Riel felt glum. Akio came near to Riel and held her close. "Don't say that, Riel. I am here to protect you as I have always promised. I was not driving you away, and I have no feelings for Nicole. My only mistake was, I used her to make you realize that you'd lose me if you kept being soft to Hyun. You have gone through a lot since you gave a second chance at love for Hyun, and I don't want to see you suffer again." Riel stared, confused at Akio, and said, "Do you think I never learned my lesson? That you have to treat me this way? Hyun is my son's father, and I am not that selfish to deprive him of his son, or my son to deprive of his father, but it doesn't mean to say that I am giving him another chance. My love for him has waned, Akio, and I couldn't give that love to him anymore because." Riel stopped. Akio became persistent. "Because what, Riel?" Both became speechless, and their eyes met, staring at each other for a long time. searching in each other's eyes for the answer that got bottled up inside their hearts. Akio spoke gently, with heartfelt emotions, and almost in a whisper. Because you realized you love me too. Akio was persistent. And instead of waiting for Riel's answer, he said, I love you, and have loved you ever since you came into my life. If you only knew how I felt when Hyen-ki asked you to marry him. I was hurt, Riel, but I could not leave you. I stayed on and decided to be your friend. Because I want to be closer to you, be your confidant to protect you. Whatever it might be, I want to be there for you always. Riel gently stared at Akio, looking into his eyes, then shed tears. I felt affection for you, Akio, back then. But I didn't want to recognize it. When you made me feel your presence and protectiveness during my pregnancy, I wished I could turn back time and marry you instead. But you never said your intentions, and besides, I thought you only wanted to be a friend. So I accepted the feeling that we were but best friends. And when you continued to care for Hyungsik and me, I've been wondering if I have a special place in your heart. You should know it, and it bothers me that you didn't say anything. When you told me previously that you had a crush on a girl, I felt crushed. From that time on, I accepted that we were just best friends. When I saw you having moments with Nicole, I knew that I was but your old friend. The only thing that confused me was why you must push me away. Do I look like a threat to you and Nicole? Akio hushed Riel, placing his finger on Riel's lips. I have no feelings for Nicole, but I took Nicole's interest in me as an opportunity to make you jealous. Riel's eyes grew big and she commented, that's unbecoming. Why do you have to do that? You only made Nicole's longing heartbreaking. Akio stared at Riel lovingly and said, tell me you love me. Riel? Time stood still between them. Akio was waiting for Riel's answer. And quickly Akio held Riel's face and placed it close to him. Akio pressed his lips to hers. Riel got caught off guard then, without hesitation, she reciprocated his kiss. Their kiss lasted so long, eager to have in each other's arms, feeling thrilled about their feelings for each other, stopping between gasps for air, seeming that it was their first time to kiss, and nothing could stop them now. Akio paused, and looked at Riel. He said, could we have our real first date? Riel smiled timidly, then both burst into a piece of laughter. Sure. Akio. When? Riel asked with a thrill. Her feet tipped, and her hands were cold. Akio cupped her chin, and spoke with his face so close to Riel's. Could I pick you up tomorrow for a late dinner? And dress up formally, please. I want to bring you to the renowned hotel in the city, make you taste the most expensive food and wine, and then we can dance in the ballroom after dinner. I want the best for you, my sweet. I like that. Well then, my love bug. I will dress up for you. Both became more affectionate and thrilled that they kissed once more. I have to go now then. He suddenly paused. Oh, shoot. I suddenly remembered. I sent my car home. How did you get here? Entreated Riel. My driver dropped me off. Well, I guess I have to call him again. At this hour? Don't bother. I'll have you sleep in the guest room instead. You can tell your driver to pick you up tomorrow, first thing in the morning. Riel held Akio's arm and led him to the guest room. She prepared his bed and duvet, then put a towel on the couch. Akio was smiling at her, feeling thrilled to accommodate him. I wish I could have you sleep here with me, Akio said as he held Riel's hands, which Riel showed pout lips, and nudged him. Humph. Look at you. Be a gentleman, my dear, or I'll send you home walking. Do you want me to change my mind too? Akio marked sadness in his reaction. Of course not. It was just a matter of thinking. Don't take it seriously, okay? Both smiled and said their goodnights. Akio won by having Riel back in his arms after his love confession. Will this mean a total breakaway between Hyen-ki and Riel? Keep following the exciting Windows of the Heart series on my TikTok and YouTube channels. Thank you.